Good evening, everybody. Hope you're all good this fabulous Wednesday. I make that 8:45, so I'm going to kick off this Discover Arbonne call. So my name is Hettie Gifford, and I'm an independent consultant and executive national vice president with this fabulous company. And I'm super excited you're on tonight to maybe hear a little bit about the business, a little bit about the products, and just all the information so you can make an educated decision about this if this is something for you. So I'm just going to start by sharing how I heard about the brand and why I decided to partner with them, because most people who do this business have careers, lives, families outside of this business. And this is a vehicle that they build alongside everything else that they've got going on in life to create more. And that might be more time, it might be more flexibility, it might be more earnings. And everybody's slightly different, but maybe by sharing my story, you might see some similarities or it might be slightly different for you. But I first heard the word Arbonne back in 2008. My background is as a professional dancer, and I had just finished performing in the musical We Will Rock You out in Germany. I loved what I did. I literally lived, breathed, ate, slept performing. And I think whatever career you choose, in the world today, to be successful in anything, you kind of have to be a bit tunnel vision focused on that thing, because there's so many people that either want your job or want to create the success that you've created. And so that was me, fully focused on my dancing career. However, at the time when I was performing in Rock You, my flatmate was an amazing girl called Sarah Dunning. We were great friends. And in the finale, one night she was headbanging away and she ruptured two discs in her neck. And that was the end of her performing career. And so as friends, we went from being on exactly that same tunnel vision focused path, going in that same direction, to completely opposite directions. I came back to the UK looking for that next role to add to my CV. She came back to the UK having to find another career and something else to do overnight. And so while she was looking for something to do, she heard about this brand Arbonne. And I remember her calling me up and just being like, oh my God, Hettie, I found the thing I'm going to do. And she was like beyond excited. And I was just so pleased, because it had been so traumatizing seeing her, go through that. I was, oh, great. Like, whatever this is, I'm so happy for her. I'm like, I'm so happy for you, Sarah. This is amazing. And she's like, I know, it's going to be great. And I was like, great. And then she kind of paused and went, do you know what, Hettie? I was like, what? She was like, I think you'd be amazing at this too. Which at one point I thought, is she okay? I mean, I know she hurt her neck, but did she hit her head as well? Like, where is she going with this? Because I left school at 16. All I ever wanted to do was dance. I had no business background, no plan to have a business, like nada. So I was like, I mean, I don't really think it's something for me, Sarah. I was like, but I was happy to go along to support her. This is the thing that I find so fascinating, is because I very much often think nobody truly knows what's going on behind closed doors in people's lives. And as much as things were great, I was 25 at the time, I was, doing kind of okay in my performing career. However, because I'd chosen a creative career, it really isn't paid that well. Also, in the performing industry, you're in work, then you're out of work, then you're in work, and then you're sometimes out of work for a long time. And when you're out of work for a long time, you do all sorts of not great jobs to kind of get by. London's very expensive. I was doing kids' parties, hen parties, podium dancing, leafleting, working in a call center, work in front of house, like you name it, I probably did it. And so realistically, whilst I was pursuing my dream of being a professional dancer, 75% of the time I was unfulfilled and under extreme financial pressure. So whilst I went there resistant to thinking, oh, this thing ain't going to be for me, and I'll just have a listen and maybe buy a lipstick and well done, Sarah, good for you, and skedaddle, I sat there listening, connecting the dots for myself, going, oh my word, maybe she is right, because I can build this alongside my performing career. I don't have to stop what I'm doing. And that's so important. I can build it alongside. I thought, I don't even need to retrain. It's not like I have to pick another career and spend 3 years training in something else to get a certification to then go on to have success in that career and kind of start, I was like, I can, this is like totally learnable, scary, but learnable. Effort-based, I thought, great. I'm a really hard-working person. I know I give my heart and my all to anything I do, and I'm pretty sociable being a dancer. Like we're literally told 5, 6, 7, 8, and go, and we will do the move. So I was like, okay. And the biggest thing was the potential. Like I was blown away by the potential of what was possible with this business. And that was the thing that I couldn't sleep that night when I went home. And obviously, I knew one of my best friends was doing this with or without me anyway. And I remember just thinking, oh my word, if she does everything she just spoke about she's going to do, she's going to live this most incredible life, go on such a great adventure with this brand. And I became more afraid of not doing it. That feeling of missing out on what could be potentially like the best decision of my life. So, whilst it was a bit of an emotional roller coaster, because one minute I was like, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. And the next minute I was like, what am I doing? I can't do this. Like, absolutely, like terrified. I obviously said yes, because here I am, nearly 15 years later, having built a very successful network marketing company. You can go to earnings.arbon.com for what is typical. I'm just going to share my story, my passion for this business and what is possible. I promoted to the top level in terms of earnings in 5 years. I've now have a couple of properties that I rent out in London. I've been able to buy my dream Georgian home in the Cambridgeshire countryside. This business has enabled me to travel. It's helped me grow like as an entrepreneur, my mindset, my confidence. It's just been like beyond a gift in so many ways and like so many layers to it that I just never even saw was going to be this thing that I said yes to. So I'm going to share some slides in a minute. I'm going to share all about the company, the products, the industry, how the earnings work. And I hope by the end I've given you a really great overview so you can make an educated decision about if this is something to fit into your life or not. So let me share. So here we go. There we are. So what is Arbon? So Arbon is a 44-year-old botanically based health and wellness company with an incredible range of pure, safe and beneficial products. They are the original clean beauty brand. The founder, Petter Mork, had this vision to create these ultra premium quality products that were results driven, that were good for people and for the planet, and with a business opportunity attached. So ordinary people like you and me could partner with the brand and build an extraordinary life. He was way ahead of his time in terms of his mindset. And in a few years ago, we were actually acquired by another family-run company called Group Rocher, who it was actually so amazing because they had such that sort of family feel, heartfelt feel. And oh my word, we're in great hands with them because they are wanting to take us global. So if you've not heard of Group Rocher, you can Google them. They own 10 major brands, and now Arbon is one of theirs and one of their very loved ones, might I just add. So the whole company philosophy is clean, conscious, connected. So clean because we have over 2,000 ingredients on our not allowed list. We are vegan certified, we're gluten-free, we're cruelty-free. So just a really high standard, good quality product. Conscious is we are a B Corporation certified company. So if you've never heard of B Corp, I hadn't until Arbon became one. But that little B logo you can see on the screen, once you've seen that now, you will start to see it everywhere. And basically that is a separate company who independently surveys companies to, they have to go through a very strict process to basically certify that they do what they say they're going to do. They're legally obligated to balance people, the planet, and profit. And less than 4% of companies who go through that really difficult certification to get it actually become certified. Arbon is one of the largest direct selling companies to be certified, and it is the #1 for health and wellness to be certified. And we're in great company because there's so many other amazing companies that are more household names that you'd be like, oh my god, like Neon Candles is one, Dalesford Farm is one, Ben and Jerry's ice cream, Coots Bank, who gives a crap toilet paper. I mean, there's loads. So we're in good company. And then connected is because Arbon's this like, so much research now is coming out that like connection and community is actually one of the number one things linked to longevity. Like in the world today, as things are changing and social media is kind of like alienating everyone from each other, the thing we all need the most to bring us back together is community. Like humans, we need to be around other humans. So whether it's that we're empowering people on a wellness journey and helping them stay connected to healthy habits and feeling their best self, like we're a community that help people be connected to that, or whether it's that we're empowering people to follow an entrepreneurial journey like I have, and they're feeling supported and connected with a team of people also building businesses. It's about bringing people together, and it's actually such a great part of it. So clean, conscious, connected is our philosophy. Now, why wellness? And it's twofold. So from a product point of view, why does wellness matter? And that is because, in my personal opinion, if you don't have your health, that's the number one thing to look after. I think so much we're really starting to understand that now, whereas before, like everything else would become before that, and you always leave yourself last on the list until you run yourself empty of your energy, your nutrition, your sleep, everything. And then you're like, hang on, what about me? I don't feel good. But sometimes it's so great to actually check in and go, am I sleeping well? Am I having a really great nutrient dense diet? Am I hydrating myself, getting enough water, feeling amazing? Like, am I the best me that I can be? Because when you look after your wellness, you can then give to your family and be the best mom and wife. And, you can give to the business or the career that you're passionate about. You can give to your album business because you feel amazing. So from a product point of view, we're all about empowering people from their nutrition to feeling good in their skin with their skincare, their mental health, all the things like feeling good. So, and I'll come on to the products as well that we use to do that. But from a business point of view, wellness is a huge industry and it's going through massive growth. I mean, when I think back to when I was at college, no one had a clue about wellness. I survived on like fizzy drinks and chocolate, and I was a dancer and I still wasn't educated about how to properly nourish my body. There weren't gyms. No one went to the gym back then. It wasn't a thing. And it's so interesting how that wellness is a movement, and it's not stopping. It's tipped to grow several more billions in the next few years. And so ultimately, if you're choosing a business to start, you want to pick a business in a growing industry. And wellness for sure is that growing industry. So in terms of the products, we're clean and results driven, and there's a 90-day money back guarantee on our products, which I think is incredible. It's because they work and they're amazing that we can have that 90-day money back guarantee, and we cover all sorts of wellness. So we cover nutrition, we cover skincare, we cover body care, and we cover makeup. And I'll briefly touch on a few of these products because they're awesome. So we have a Thriving 30 program, which is really helping people create healthy habits for life. It's kind of 30 days and beyond because, yes, you follow it for 30 days, but ultimately it's to really educate people, help them to look after their gut health, because science is just showing that basically the gut microbiome is responsible for everything. So products that we have for that, my absolute favorite is Essential Meal Chocolate Protein, 24 grams of vegan protein. It's the only shake on the market with avocado oil in it. You can mix it with water. You literally, it's so tasty and it helps you stay full. We've got our Green Synergy Elixir, which is a 3-in-1. I don't know if you've seen the viral greens drink that is literally everywhere, but this has got 13 full spectrum digestive enzymes. It's got prebiotics and probiotics for less bloat. This product is actually clinically proven to reduce bloating in 3 days. It's got a serving of greens, so you've got your phytonutrients and your antioxidants, and you've got a vegan collagen builder in there as well with hyaluronic acid and vitamin C. And collagen is so important for so many different functions that our body performs, but equally after a certain age of ladies, like that collagen production definitely drops. So we need to always keep up our collagen. And then energy fizz sticks. I mean, if you haven't heard about these, I don't know where you've been, because they're literally like, they've sold millions of boxes. It's a #1 bestseller, but it's clean green energy. So it's 55 milligrams of caffeine derived from guarana and green tea. It's got chromium to support healthy blood sugars, tastes amazing, and just gives you that really healthy pick me up. So I'd say They are three of my absolute faves. And then in terms of skincare, we've got the Derm Results Advanced Anti-Aging with hyaluronic acid. Oh my word. Like I've just turned 40 and I'm so grateful I was introduced to Arbonne when I was 25 because I've used the skincare since then. And I feel like it served me very well. So it's really good. And what I would say about the products is if you haven't tried them, get them on your skin. Every time I give people the skincare to try and they use it for a few days, they're literally like, my skin. Like everyone is always touching their face going, oh my God, this feels so good. I can't actually cope with how good my skin is. So what I would say is use them. And that's the interesting thing about the products is when my friend gave them me to try, I was like, I've never really heard about Arbonne and my friend's a dancer. How has she just suddenly heard about this next level ultra premium skincare product that I've never even heard about? But it was when I used them that I was like, okay, like this is what luxury feels like. And that made me realize, oh, this is why this business works because the products are so good. But here's the thing, right? From a business point of view, and I'm flipping back between business and products, is at this point, I kind of thought it was just selling products. And I was like, I get it, I get it. Like, let's get to the end, it's selling skincare. But when I heard about the business, the guy who was sharing it with my friend Sarah was a property developer. And I remember just thinking, why is this property developer selling skincare? It makes zero sense to me. And then he, at this point, said, and we were in like a room of people, everyone in the room, put your hand up if you've had a shower today. And I was like, oh, yes, I've had a shower. Like, where is he going with this? And then he was just saying, think about all of the products that you've used this morning. Shampoo, conditioner, face wash, maybe a scrub, body moisturizer, face moisturizer, maybe eye cream, serum, foundation, lipstick, eyeliner, mascara. Did you grab a protein shake? Did you get an energy drink? Did you get greens? How many products are you using on a daily basis before you leave the house? And I kind of sat there and I thought, yeah, actually, I'm not a majorly girly girl, but I've got my basic habits that I do every single day without thinking about. And then he was like, okay, Business 101 is a consumable product that everybody needs. And he just said, you've all just put your hands up. So everybody in this room has used products like this today. And everyone was nodding. And he's like, and then what happens? These products, you use them, they run out, they go down the drain. And then when they run out, what do? We were like, you repeat buy them. And he was like, exactly. A consumable product that everybody needs, Business 101. How long have you been using skincare and shower gels for? How much have you already spent up to this point in your life? Are you going to stop tomorrow? Are you going to stop in a year? No, you're not. You're not going to stop using it. And nor is anybody else. We're all going to keep washing and taking nutrition. And at that point, I mean, my ears pricked up. I was like, my word, I feel like I've just stumbled on a very interesting business concept. So explaining a bit more about network marketing and sort of the concept. Is it on the screen? The concept. So when my friend said she did network marketing, I'd never really heard of it. I thought, oh gosh, marketing's probably a bit over my head. But she just said, it's literally word of mouth. We all do it every single day. So has anyone ever said to you, oh my word, I love your top, where's it from? And you're like, oh my God, it's from here, like you've got to get it, it's in the sale. Like, you are that advert for whatever that thing is. You've told someone where to go. If they go along and buy it and spend their money in that business, have you ever got a thank you check in the post from that brand to say, thank you so much, Elizabeth, for telling everyone about that? No, but we do it all the time. And so my feeling is it's not about whether you do network marketing or not. We all do network marketing. It's about whether or not you're smart enough to find a brand that you really align with and love those products and earn from doing it. We're all doing it. Why not find a brand and earn from doing it? That was my mindset on it. And then the thing when Ian was explaining about how the distribution systems worked, that was a light bulb for me as well, because he was explaining, all these products that everybody's buying, when you buy in traditional retail, those products have to go through a process. So they're going to be manufactured, they go to the wholesaler, the warehouser. Advertising is a huge chunk of the budget. They pay celebrities millions to be the faces of these brands. Retail outlets have to pay for shopfront lighting, staff. So as a consumer, when we walk in and buy a product off a shelf, we're paying an inflated price for poorer quality because everyone in that process has to be paid. That just made sense to me. When I heard that, I thought, why have I never thought about that? But then when I thought about the products I was using, I was like, wow, how much actually goodness is in that product if all of that's got to be paid? So then that really helped me understand why the products did work so well. Because in network marketing, the products are manufactured, they go via independent consultants like me and the person that invited you to this call direct to the consumer. So that's how it can be better quality products at an affordable price. And then the wealth of the company shared out amongst the real life humans that use these brands every single day. And I love that concept because I just thought, well, power to the people. Like if we're the ones truly using it, that makes sense to me that then we can all be part of the brand and benefit. It just doesn't need to be one celebrity. It can be your best friend that uses those products. Then I'm not going to lie, I did have a like moment of like, whoa, hold on, heads, let's not get carried away here. Because in my head, I thought, oh, like you're probably going to have to be knocking on doors, delivering catalogs, coming back, like someone's not got a 20p and then it's really awkward, like just owe me it, don't want to fight for a 20p. And then delivering the products, I had that idea in my head. But then my friend was like, no, everything's online. So if someone wants to buy the products, you don't have stock. You're not having stock that you have to take that risk of inventory and then you've got to sell. All of the stock is in the Arbonne website warehouse. You're going to pay £70 for a website, although it's reduced in the month of May to 30. Someone's going to go on your website. They're going to pop the products into the cart because they're shopping. They're going to pay with their card details so you don't touch their money. Arbonne are going to deliver the product direct to their front door, so you don't deliver. But because you were the person that connected them to the brand Arbonne, you're going to receive commission based on what products they order. If it's one product, it's a little bit of commission. If it's a whole bathroom in stock, it's a lot more commission. So it's based on the volume of product that they order. And I was like, wow, like that's super efficient. But then again, the bit that I was like, okay, I'm done. I will chat more after, but at this point I was like, yes, is not just once. Every single time they reorder. So you imagine someone falls in love with the green synergy and the protein and the fizz, and that's a 30-day supply. And then in 30 days times it run out and they want more protein and they rebuy, you get repeat commission again, and then again, and then again. I've bought Arbonne since I started. That's nearly 15 years. And my friend Sarah's earned commission off every single order that I've purchased. Like, how incredible is that for building a recurring earning? And I've gone on to tell hundreds of people about this brand. So, yeah, it's amazing. So the very simple concept of how it works is just shop, share, sell, earn. I was already buying products like this. I just started shopping online from Arbonne at a 35% discount as a consultant, sharing it with other people, just being like, oh my word, have you heard about Arbonne? Like, you've got to try these products, or come along, hear about how this business works. Then when people heard about it, they get to choose, are they interested in the products? Are they interested in the business? If it is, and they start using the products, that's a sale. And then obviously because products are sold, you're then going to earn from that product sale. So it's literally just shop, share, sell, earn. And that's basically how it works. But I kind of then thought at this point, like, but how? You must need to know thousands of people to be really successful at this. And like, how do you really create a huge business doing that? Like, I just, yeah, I thought I don't really know that many people. I'm 25, I'm in debt, I'm an in and out of work dancer. Like all my friends are 25 in debt, out of work. Like, how big can I really build this, really? But then this was explained to me, and that kind of gave me the hope. And I would say was some of the fundamental things I learned that day that really helped to educate me and change my mind about the different ways of earning money. So how it works is it starts with you. What I love about this business is it's a level playing field. Every single person starts day one, just them, absolutely no clue, no customers, no team. Like, here we go. So I started, I'm washing, I'm showering, I'm using Arbonne, I'm out there telling people about it. Some people did this side, they want to buy the products, and that's depicted by the images of the products on the screen. Each consultant has their own personal base of customers that just buy product. They don't like to talk about them. They wash but don't talk. And you earn up to 35% commission from those sales to your customers. But along the way, some people hear the information and they say, hey, I want to do what you're doing. I want to earn. I want to go and tell other people as well. So it's like, great, you can be a consultant as well. I can teach you and train you to do what I'm doing. So then in this example, there'd be 4 of you washing and showering and using Arbonne every month and going out to tell other people. But this is where it gets interesting, because every single person you tell about Arbonne has a network you don't know. And that's the power of network marketing and word of mouth. It's one of the oldest forms of advertising, because people telling people it just grows. So, if you met me at a wedding in the summer and you told me about Arbonne, yes, I'm just one person that's going to shop these products from your website. But what about all the people I went to secondary school with? Do you know them? I do. What about all the people I worked in Germany with? Do you know them? No, I do. I'm that doorway to another network of people that you've never even met. We've probably got one friend in common, the person that invited you to this call, but you've got hundreds of friends that I don't know, and I've got hundreds of friends that you don't know. And equally, the people I would then go and tell, they've got hundreds of friends that neither of us know. And so that network grows. So that's the way that it's about telling a few who tell a few who tell a few. And over time, that network is going to grow. And each person has their own base of customers and then goes on to tell other people. And really, the concepts that this then helped me understand, like I was saying about different ways of earning, is really all to do with leverage. So the guy Ian was talking about this book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. And he was saying, oh my God, you've all got to go and read Rich Dad Poor Dad. I'd never even heard of it. But it was this kind of financial education book that was explaining about the different concepts of the way you can earn. And he was saying that, most people trade time for money. So if you have a job and you're paid per hour, you're having to trade an hour of your life, and then you're told how much you're going to earn for that hour. And I was like nodding along, because I was like, yeah, that's true. One of the jobs I was working at that time, I was getting £10 an hour to work in the O2. And I was like, yeah, I have to go there for 8 hours to get 80 quid for a shift. 8 hours of my life for £80, and I have to physically stand there. And there's no way of creating, and true wealth, in my opinion, is time and money. And basically, the book is explaining what wealthy people who have time and money know that a lot of us don't, is that they create ways of earning that are not attached to time. So they do things like investing. So if you have a lot of money, you can invest that money. That money then makes you more money. That's not attached to your time. You can do whatever you want, and your investments are bringing you in your money. Sounds like a nice idea. I didn't have money to invest, so that's not going to happen. The other things they do is they create big businesses of like 100 employees or more. Most of us work in the businesses that they create, helping them create this wealth. When you trade your time for money, you're usually an employee in a bigger business. And it's the people that own those businesses that have 90% of the world's wealth that get the time freedom from that. So I was following along and I was like, yep, sounds great, but I do not have the skill or the money to start my own business. So that's not going to happen. But then he was explaining how network marketing is a really great way for ordinary people to create leverage. So number one, we can create leverage because we get to leverage off an established successful business. Arbonne have already formulated these products. Like, can you even imagine how much it would cost to create an Arbonne? To find a formulator that's going to formulate the next innovation of skincare and nutrition and be way ahead of the curve. And by the way, we are, because we had greens powders nearly 10 years ago. They might be blowing up all over Instagram now, but we've been doing them for years because we're always ahead of the curve. To then pay for the risk of the inventory to stock those warehouses, to go and hire a customer service staff and have employees and have them all based around the globe, to go to, we're in America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Poland, and the UK. So then speak to all those different countries to legally go through the process and have a lawyer, be allowed to sell products in those countries. Like, can you even fathom how much time, money, and effort that would create? And then equally to create 44 years of success and established and award-winning products. A lot, right? I didn't have to do that. I got to leverage. I got to, at the click of a button, join forces with what was already successful. Leverage. I also get to leverage off the internet. So my online shop is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in 6 global markets. I don't have to physically be there for each sale to be processed. I can be out doing the weekly shop. I come home, people have ordered. I'm not physically there. I recently started teaching dance classes in my local area. And it's so interesting to me because everyone was so excited. Like, oh my God, that's so exciting. And it is exciting, but there's no leverage in that. Where I live is quite small. It's a village hall. Even if I maxed out the village hall, I still have to physically walk down there of an evening, teach for an hour to earn the money from the people in that local footfall of the area. There's no leverage. People in London can't come, or my friends would be like, oh, if I was closer, I'd come. Like, I'm doing it for fun. I have no confusion thinking that's going to earn me a lot of money. Like, it's for joy. But it's just interesting because it doesn't matter where in the world in those 6 markets someone is. They can be in Birmingham, they can be in Scotland, they can be in Devon. They can all be ordering from my phone right now while I'm talking to you. That is true leverage. Who doesn't want a global business in their palm of their hands, building a recurring earning from their phone? Like, that for me was the thing that I was like mind blown. And then the other thing is leveraging from the network that you build. So the interesting thing is say you decide, you're going to commit 10 hours a week to work in your business. Most people are working this alongside a full-time job. But over time, you build a team of 10 people who are also working 10 hours a week. Your actual business is working 110 hours a week and you're just doing 10. So you're then able to earn off hours that just wouldn't exist in your 24 hours a day because you're creating leverage that way. And each person has the opportunity to do that because each person can go out and build a team of consultants as well. So hearing that, I mean, I'm not going to lie, the next day I went to work and I was physically standing earning 10 pounds, which then I literally probably spent on my lunch for the next hour. I was like, I definitely need to create a way to create earnings that is not attached to my time. And that's what I've gone on to do. So once people have heard all the information, there's a couple of ways they can benefit. So the first way is as a client. If someone maybe wants to buy one product, they can pay full price. It's a 90-day money back guarantee. It's free to do that. If someone wants to save money, they can do that as a preferred client. So usually they pay £10. It's actually free in the month of May to do that with a qualifying order. You can get a free product and a free shipping on your first order as a preferred client. So that's good. But if you really want to get the ultimate best deal, you want to do Replenish Me. So this is a subscription order, but you can pop it on a subscription. So it's going to come every 30, 60, 90 or 180 days. But then you get a free product and free shipping every single month, not even just on your first order, every single month. And then on your fourth order, you get a £40 credit. So it's just the best way to shop if you're like wanting the ultimate discount. And then on top of that, if you're like, I'd actually like to earn money from being someone who talks about this brand, you want to be an independent consultant. So you get 35% discount off all of the products that you choose to buy. It's usually £70 in the UK, and you get a free box of fizz sticks or a free Derm Results Glow Cream, but it's actually £30 for the month of May as well. Yeah, all the other things are free product on your first order, but then you also get the earning potential. You get incentive trips. There's one currently at the moment to Dubai that you can earn. It's a willable asset, which I'll go on to explain on the next slide, which is huge. And then lots of recognition and training. The thing I loved about this business was that every Monday night there was a free training call for me to plug into. And I remember being blown away by the fact that every Monday there are people who are where I want to be giving me their top tips. Like in the dancing career, wasn't that? If somebody knows something you don't know or an audition, it's like they're not telling you. You two friends might know of an audition, but you don't tell each other, and you turn up and you're both there. Oh, hi, well, you knew about it too, because there's only one job going. And if whoever gets that job gets the year contract, it's cutthroat. Whereas with this, we all win together. So it's a lot of great free training. And then I really love the recognition, like you're really rewarded and made to feel very valued, which I just think is a really nice thing. So last piece of the puzzle is the earning potential. So there's a really great website you can go to called earnings.arbon.com, which is all the published average earnings and shows you what is typical. But equally, I am going to share what is possible through hard work, learning new skills, and really going for it in this business. So like I said, it's a product-driven company. You earn from the volume of product going through your business. It's actually irrelevant what numbers I share at each level, because it truly is effort based. If you don't do anything, you will learn absolutely nothing. And if you go out there and give it your all, it's an unlimited earning potential. Arbonne are never going to say, stop telling people, because ultimately you're sharing the brand and you're building the business. So the first way you earn is commissions on your personal sales. So all of the customers that you introduce to these beautiful products that shop from you, you can earn up to 35% commission on those sales. And as an example, off a box of Green Synergy Elixir, you can earn £12.50 commission for each box sold to a preferred client. So, you know, if you had 10 preferred clients doing that, that's £120.50. As an example of some commission. It's a 30-day supply, they're on auto ship, they're getting a free product and free shipping every month, and you're earning an extra £120. You know, when I started this business, that was a lot of money to me to have extra coming in. That would be like, oh my word, that's 4 nights off doing one of the other jobs that I was doing. 4 nights off. Like, how many more people can I tell to get a week off doing some of these jobs that I didn't enjoy doing? But that's how the commission works. The second way is overrides, and that's up to 18% from the turnover of the consultants you help to sell products and build a business. And there's a really great quote that I read in a book from one of the first billionaires that said, I would rather have 1% of 100 men's efforts than 100% of my own. Because yes, you earn more direct commission from the work you personally do for the sales. However, there's only one you. There's only so many people that you can truly give VIP customer service to. Whereas if you have a lot of other people or looking after a handful of customers, they're going to get the most from the work that they do because it's fair and ethical. But even if it's just 1% from each of those 100 people that is building from that turnover, it's way more than you can personally do by yourself. So that override is a great little extra. And it's also a reward from Arbonne to say thank you. Thank you for helping that person be successful. And that's the other thing, like a little bit maths. Even if you were earning 18% off the turnover of one of the businesses, what's 18% off nothing? Nada. It's nothing. So you're not incentivized to say, oh, great, someone's joined. Bye, have a good time, figure it out yourself. You're incentivized to go, listen, I'm going to tell you everything I know to help you build the biggest business ever. If they're then turning over £10,000 a month, 18% off, that's a lot more. So the more you can help someone be successful, the more that override is, which really creates a great culture. Like I said, that's why Ian was on the calls telling us his top tips, because he wanted us all to win. And it really creates a nice win-win culture. So there's 4 levels of success that you can promote through. And like I said, I'll kind of share the averages, but it's really irrelevant. It's about the effort that you put in. So the first level you can promote to is district manager. On average, it's probably kind of like £100, £300, something like that. I know for me, £300, like I said, was a lot of money a month that was, you know, coming into my bank alongside what I was doing. And like I said at the beginning, I think this is a vehicle for people to create more in their life. So as a dancer, I probably would have spent that £300 on a really nice new audition outfit, you know, going out with my friends, some dance classes. A single mum might spend that on some clothes for her kids and some extra activities for them to do. It's going to be different what we spend that money on. It's a vehicle for us to create more in our life. The second level of management is area manager. This is the level that at that level your business can be willed. So this is an asset that you are building for the future. So it's a terrifying thought, but if anything happened to me, my mum would actually receive my Arbonne commissions every single month. Like, how phenomenal is that to actually know that you've built something that is yours and you get to pass that on as a legacy? So it's like, that is a huge thing to know that you have ownership over that commission check that you have gone on to build. As an area manager, you're probably earning sort of £300-500 a month. Probably middle was about £1,000, £1,500 a month. Top end was maybe like £2,000 a month. So for me, when I was an area manager, I was still performing. I got Rock You Again in Norway. I was headbanging on the stage every night, earning my salary, trading my time for money as a dancer. But I also had my Arbonne earnings coming in, which were kind of matching what I was doing. Was working Arbonne part-time, I was working my dancing full-time, and I had 2 earnings coming in. which meant, it was great for me. I was loving that. And I think that's the point that I truly understand leverage. I think I truly shifted from this is just a little thing I'm doing to like, I love the network marketing industry. I felt so fulfilled. I felt so excited about my future. And I was like, I'm really going to go for this. Like I really could see it working. So I wanted to put more in. The third level is called regional vice president. At that level, you get a cash bonus to drive a white Mercedes Benz. I think it's actually really funny because I couldn't drive when I reached that level. So I got my white Mercedes L plates on. And hilarious, I've only ever driven a white Mercedes paid for by Arbonne in my life, which I think is pretty cool. Average earnings at that level are probably like £1.5-ish, middle of the range, like 3 to 5, probably very top end of that might be like £8,000 per month. Now, when I promoted to that level, that surpassed anything I'd earned previously. And again, like I said, it's an effort-based business, but it's a vehicle for what you'd want to create in life. And that I think gave me choices that allowed me to start going, actually, some of those jobs that I'm taking because I feel like I have to, I don't want to. I'd rather spend that time doing some classes I love, spending some time with my mum, traveling, like whatever it is. For some people, it might be investing in another business or putting money down for a home. Like, what would you do with it? And then the top of the company is national vice president. It's the level I promoted to in 2014. So I've nearly been at that level for almost 10 years in August, which is just wild. You can earn a trip to Maui every year. So I've been many, many times. I've taken my mum, my sister, my best friend, a boyfriend at the time. And it's just brilliant. Like, it's such a great place to go for a leadership meeting. They take us to Vegas as well. So we are going out there in 4 weeks to Vegas for the Global Training Conference. So if you love travel, it's a really great level to get to. And average earnings at that level are sort of like 5,000, maybe middle of the range, sort of 10, 12, 15,000, and unlimited. Unlimited. And like I said, some people considerably more. Now, I know when I heard that, I just had a moment of like, that is just too good to be true. Like, honestly, in my head, I was like, who earns that kind of money doing something like this? Like, it just seemed unfathomable for me. But then when I really thought about it, I was looking around the room and I was just like, there's a lot of people that wash every day. And I kind of just thought to myself, how many people in the UK showered today? Like, this is a huge industry. How many products were sold on Oxford Street? Like, in my head, I was just like, there is a lot of product being sold. So then I just thought, well, of course it'd be possible. It's about putting the work in, learning the skills, giving it the time and energy to share this with enough people to actually introduce them to this brand and then build the kind of network that is turning over that amount. So I was like, definitely possible, just going to take work. But I was hearing from people that had done it. And so I just thought, well, I mean, what if it works? Like, that was the thing that kind of excited me about it. So, like I said, it's in 6 global markets. It's in America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Poland, and the UK. So what's incredible about this specific brand is you can enroll people in other countries. So who do you know in America? Who do you know in Australia? Or who do you know who knows someone in those countries? I actually did a social with some of my US team members a few nights ago, and there were 4 different sections of my business there, and I didn't personally tell any of them. They were told by people who know people who know people. And there's a girl out in Key West, a girl in Sacramento, a girl who's now moved and living in LA, and they're all building this business through people that I knew who knew someone who knew someone. So you might think you don't know anyone, and then you go to work tomorrow and there's a new girl and she's from Poland. And you're like, oh my word, like, how crazy is that? And then you could share this business or these products and start having a business. And it's just understanding that then when you go to sleep, that other country is still awake. They're still washing, they're still showering, they're still ordering. So it's a huge opportunity. And we're only in 6 markets. So where we're grey is where we're going. Group Share, who now own Arbonne, want to take us global. And so it's a really special time to have a 44-year-old B Corp successful company with amazing backing only in 6 markets. about to go global. I mean, I've been building this business for nearly 15 years, but I'm more excited now about where I see this going. And what I've seen over the years is really also coming into alignment with the way that the world's going. Social marketing is so the future. It's so normal nowadays for people to be sharing things on their social or with their friends, giving each other recommending codes and things like that. That's just normal nowadays. Everybody does it. We much more care about sustainability in the planet. We care about using good quality products, and people are becoming really ingredient savvy. And a lot of people want ownership. They want freedom. They want to create lives by their own choice. And I just think it's the perfect time when sort of everything's coming together for this. So I feel like I've obviously shared a lot tonight about this brand and these products and just everything. And, you know, if you're like me, it was very different to what I was expecting to hear when I went along to support my friend. But stripping all the information back, my biggest thing was I just thought, you know, does it make sense? And I just thought, yeah, I wash every day. I'm spending money on these products. I talk to people about things I like. I'm already kind of doing it. The next question was, but could I do it? That feeling like I'm a dancer. I left school at 16. I don't know about business. Could I really talk about a business presentation, talk about products to people? But then I just thought, I have done things like this in other roles. You know, I've worked in customer service at a housing interior store, and then, you know, had to go on the tannoy to be like, hello everyone, you know, before you know it, you've got a whole script, you've read out what they needed you to read out, you know, you've got policies and procedures of the company about the pillows, and you just do it, you learn these things. So I was like, well, if I can do that for that company as an employee to help that brand grow, why wouldn't I do it for myself? And then each customer I've shared this with is then connected to me, and every time they reorder, I'm the one getting the repeat commission, not the brand I'm the employee for. I was like, yeah, I could learn it. And then the last most important question, I think, is it worth my time? Because I think time is more valuable than money, because money can be gotten lost. Time, every day that goes by, we are never going to get back. Not to be dramatic, but 29th of May 2024 is done. We ain't ever seen it again. And I just was like, it's super important. Time. And whilst I was crazy busy and I didn't know how I would fit this in, I could see that out of all the other ways that I was earning money, this had the most potential. So I was like, why would I give so much of my time doing some of these jobs that only have the potential to pay me for the hour and then I'm done and they could sack me at any minute? Why wouldn't I make the time to add in this business that has a huge potential to create recurring earnings and give me so much more? So that was a thing. I decided to make the time to start. And then the more I built it and I was earning more and I was able to cut back from other things, the more time I put into it. So it's kind of like the sooner you start and the sooner you start learning the skills and, you know, putting in the effort, it's going to take time to build anyway. So keeping to put it off until you've got time to start just puts where you want to be even further away. It's like, just start now and build it. Sorry, the last thing I will say, because again, it was a question that my friend Sarah asked, which I just think I'm so grateful. She was so driven and just had this great mindset. And, you know, because I was still a bit afraid, and I think fear stops a lot of people starting this business. And one thing I would say is make a decision. Luckily, I am behind a screen. I am not responsible for your decision, whether it's yes or whether it's no. But I would say decide, make a decision whether it's yes, I'm going to do something like this, or no, I will never do network marketing. Because if you're somewhere in the middle and you're like, oh, maybe at some point, deciding not to decide, you can be like that for 10 years. And every day people are being told, R1 is not waiting for any of us. They're not waiting for us to decide before they decide to launch wherever they're going next. So it's really, I think, just, yeah, making a decision. But what Sarah said to me was, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time if you keep doing what you're doing and nothing changes, and where do you want to be? And that was such a great question, because I was like, oh, I was like, well, doing what I'm doing now, the cost of living is increasing. My earnings aren't. I'm getting in more and more debt. every month. So if nothing changes, that is scary. 5 more years of this situation going on. I was like, oh. And I was kind of thinking, yeah, but I might get a big break with dancing. You know, you never know. I might win the lottery. I was like, I'm still single. I might be the man of my dreams. Like, you know, something could happen. True, it can. But what if none of those amazing things do? And in 5 years' time, then what? But she was like, okay, now imagine 5 years, you start your album business, you make time, a few hours a week to build this business, and you put the time in, you put the effort in, you learn the skills, you stay consistent. And then in 5 years' time, and you know, you're a vice president, then what? And I just thought about what that would be. And I was like, that would be everything. That mean I can like dust off my bucket list of things I actually want to do. I was like, I want to travel the world. I want to buy my own house. I want to have Carrie Bradshaw's wardrobe. I want to just do the fun things. I'm fed up of watching everyone live their life on Facebook and me feel like, oh, I'm off to work again. Like, you know, so I kind of was like terrified, said yes. Like I said, it's been the best decision ever. So I hope you found all of that information helpful. If you've got questions, get back to the person that introduced you and said to come on this call. They're going to be able to help answer all those questions, but you kind of do know everything you do need to know to make a decision, because there's only so much you can know, and the rest of everything you kind of learn through doing it. Or that's what I found, because you only know so much that it's like you learn as you go. So yeah, make a decision whether it's yes or no. And even if you don't want to do the business, potentially look at all of the products, because they are so good, and you even get a 90-day money back guarantee. And in the UK in May, right now, it's free to sign up with a qualifying order as a customer. So you can hop online, grab those products, you'll get a free gift, free shipping, and there potentially might be a really great offer coming tomorrow as well. And then as a consultant, it is now £30. You can get a free gift, free shipping with a qualifying order, and also fun little bundle. And then who knows? We'll look forward to welcoming you to the business and yeah, creating a great future. But thank you all for joining me this evening, and have a lovely evening. I'll see you all soon. Bye bye bye.